Hey guys, you're welcome to my channel again. So today I'm going to be drafting a trouser pattern. It's super easy, like you don't have to take that with this trouser. But let's go on. If you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. So to begin, the length of my pant is 47, so I'm going to be taking out 2 inches for the band, which is 45, and I'm going to be adding 2 inches back again for the hemming, and that's 47. So you can just do 47, just leave it at 47 if you want to, but I just did the calculation to make us understand what we're doing. So my pattern paper wasn't enough, so I just had to put on the extra at the end part there. So first I'm going to take out 3 inches, so you can do 3 or 4, depends on what you want. And here I've marked my 3 inches, and I'm going to roll all the way down. So after rolling all the way down, the next thing I want to do is to mark my hip line, which is 9, and then the next I want to mark is my crotch depth. If you notice, I marked my hip line from the start point of the paper. Right now, to mark my crotch depth, I'll go 2 inches above, and then I'm going to mark my crotch depth. Right, next I'm marking the crotch depth, and then I'm going to roll over the line. So I'm trying to make sure that my crotch depth line is correct, and I took note of the 2 inches I took off from the paper. So after doing this, the next thing I want to do is to impute my waist measurement. So I'm going to be taking my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. Right, so my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. But now my marker refused working, so I'm going to switch to using a chalk. Okay, so now let's continue, and then I put my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. I'm going to mark it up there. So whatever I get, I'm going to transfer it to the hip line and also to the crotch depth line, right? So now this is my hip line, crotch depth line, all having the same measurement for my waist plus 1.5. So now I still had to switch to the chalk. So after doing that, I'm going to label, that's going to be my hip line and my crotch line. So after doing that, I'm going to mark my hip line, my hip measurement, that's my hip roundness divided by 4 without no allowance. So I'm going to mark it out of that line. So it's going to be coming out of the 3 inches line we took first off, right? And then I'm going to curve my hip line down to this place. So I didn't use any curve, French curve and stuff, because I wanted you to see how simple it was. So I'm just going to take that line down to the hem of the short. The next thing I want to do is to mark my tie roundness without any allowance. My tie roundness without any allowance. So from that point there, I'll mark to the other side. And then I'm going to mark out 1.5 inches where we have that joint line. I'll mark 1.5 just like this, and then I'll draw a curve. So if you remember, my waist divided by 4 plus 1.5, where I marked the line, I just drew it down, and then your hip roundness divided by 4, your tie roundness divided by 4, no allowances at all, and then you just draw your line down, and then don't forget to take your curve. It's very easy. So after doing this, I'm just going to cut out the pattern, and then I'm going to cut out the front part of the pants, and then I'll use it to cut the back part of the pants. So let's do that. The next thing I'm going to do now is to fold my fabric into 2, and then I'm going to place my pattern on top, and I'm going to cut. Just simple. So once I am done, I'm just going to cut the back pattern. So this is the the front pattern. I've placed on top my fabric, I folded into 2, and then the next thing I want to do is to take up my markings. Here, so on this point, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches and make sure it's aligned, and then I would come out also. I'm trying to make sure my fabric is balanced, because it's actually a very soft crepe. And the next thing, I'll mark 1.5. So remember, 1.5. On the hip line, I'm going to be marking 3 inches, and on the crotch line, I'm going to be marking 3 inches. Then I'll come towards the calf or the tie area and mark 2 inches. So see, I connected just like this. It's very simple. 1.5 upward, 1.5 out, 3 inches on the hip line, 3 inches on the crotch line, then 2 inches on your tie area or your calf area. So now I'm just going to join like this. So I'm joining the 1.5 inches line like this. So I'm trying to make sure my fabric are very well balanced, so it doesn't affect my trouser. So the next thing I'll do is to just cut through the line all the way down, and that's it. It's very simple, so you don't have to take that with this pattern. Everything balances on your both on your body. Would you want to try this out? Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment below. I forgot to take a video of when I was stitching this, but then I promised to make a video of how I stitch my pants and make them look very perfect. So after cutting and stitching, this was what it looked like. See how it looks nice? There are no dots on it. It's super easy. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a nice time.